readers. Today we are going to start a short unit on asking and answering questions when we read. As a review, you all know what questions are. They're things that you ask when you want to find out more information. We've been asking questions just about since we could talk. Most kids start out with the why question. You want to know why about everything. But questions usually start with one of these 5 words. We call them question words or the 5 W's: who, what, where, why, and when are usually words that come at the beginning of a question. Over the next 3 days, we're going to learn why we ask questions, when we ask questions. We will learn about thick and thin questions. And finally, I am going to teach you how to use your reading to answer those questions. So let's get started. Why do we ask questions? Well, that is pretty simple. A big, broad answer is simply because it helps us make sure we understand what the story is about and understand what's happening in the story. So let's zoom in a little bit more and get a little more detailed into that. We ask questions to understand what we're reading. This improves our comprehension. We also ask questions in order to be able to talk about a text with a partner or a teacher or just somebody we want to share our reading with. Another reason we ask questions is to help us become better thinkers. As we'll learn in another day or two, there are different kinds of questions, and some questions are super easy to answer, and other questions require us to think really, really hard. So, when do we ask questions? While we're reading, well, there are 3 main times that readers ask questions. The first time is before reading. You might look at the front cover of the book and ask yourself, what clues are in the title or what clues are on this front cover about what may happen in this story? Why do I even want to read this story? Or you could even ask, what do I think will happen in this story? I bet your teachers have asked you that before. It's called making a prediction. That's a before reading question. Next, you might ask questions during the reading. While you're reading something, you might ask yourself, what will happen next? Why is this character acting that way? Or you might even ask yourself, how will this story probably end? Again, we're making a prediction. But why do the characters act this way? That's going to make us think really hard about what the characters are doing and the way that they feel. The last time that we answer questions or ask questions when we're reading is after we read. You might answer the question, how did the story make me feel? Or you might ask yourself the question, how did the character change in the story? Or what lesson is the author trying to teach me? So, as you go off and do some reading today, go ahead and try asking yourself some questions at the different points in your reading. Happy reading!